Hi everyone, this is your Cancer magical attraction reading for April 2023. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you for your likes, shares, subscribes, comments, anything that you do for the channel at all to support. And I just hope that the readings I put out in some way give you some little nugget that is going to help you on your journey. So let's go ahead and get into your energy, Cancer. Very interesting energy. I can't remember the other sign I did the other day. Very interesting energy for them as well. But let's go ahead and get into it. You've got Justice in the challenge position. So I don't know if you're calling in justice or you don't know whether justice will be served in this, and that's why it's in a challenge position. Maybe you've put it out to the universe that you want justice in some way, in some situation, and you're really questioning as to whether or not that's going to happen, or yeah, that I'll leave it there. That you're questioning whether that's going to happen or that you're going to receive justice. But also remember that justice is all about what's fair. So what you may think is fair and what's fair, is up to interpretation, because we all, especially if we're hurt by a situation, we want somebody else to hurt too. Is that fair? Maybe, maybe not, right? It just depends on the perspective you have in the situation. So let's go ahead and see what we have for clarifiers. We have the King of Swords. So we've got Four of Swords. We've got the Lovers, High Priestess, and Nine of Swords. So King of Swords, usually somebody who is very quick to cut out things. They have Archangel Michael's Sword of Truth. So they have that sword up, ready to go. Okay, ready to cut out the BS, right? But maybe the King of Swords needs to do some healing. Take a time out, rest for a minute, get a perspective, make a decision, come into balance within themselves, right? Follow their intuition and get out of their head. Stop letting fear dictate how they move forward, maybe. That's what I'm getting from that. This could be you, or this could be someone around you. So the King of Swords here, perhaps, again, sometimes you need to cut out things so that you can heal, okay? And come into a more balanced situation in this love situation, if it is involving a love situation, by following your intuition and, not letting fear overtake you, and not overthink, not put yourself in a state of anxiety. Okay, I'm reading this all the ways that it's coming to me. Excuse me. Somebody's having problems speaking up for themselves with their throat chakra as well. We've got Knight of Cups here, so maybe there's some offer that's going to come in for you, or you want to come in for you from this Knight of Cups here. But there are some things that are hidden to you, and you, why are you standing in defense here about it? If so, and that's a question you need to answer for yourself. So maybe you're defensive, maybe you have some strong boundaries in place, because you feel like there's some hidden things as well, things that need to be, revealed or spoken to, right? Okay, now let's go ahead and find out what the undermining energy is, the High Priestess, and that's intuition. Are you listening to your intuition? Paying attention to it at this time? And I think you are, because it's in the upright. And again, you've got the Hanged Man here, so maybe your intuition is telling you need to go within to get a higher perspective here, to have Spirit give you some guidance, because maybe something needs to be illuminated to you during this transaction, or good things are on the horizon for you, because maybe you've had to walk away in a situation. Maybe somebody walked away from you in a situation, because they're moving towards their happiness after going in. So there's lots of different ways that I'm reading this. So this is, again, either you or someone else around you, someone you may be in a relationship with. So again, going within, getting a high perspective, spiritual guidance, having some things understood, having some things illuminated, shown to you or them, and this leads to this walking away, moving towards, something that's more desirable, because normally walking away from 8 of Cups is about walking to 9 Cups. Okay, you are in this 8 of Cups energy because you want happiness, and you're not happy in this situation, or the other person, whoever's involved, is not. Okay, now we have The Hierophant, which is someone who's normally in a authoritative kind of position, in the reverse. So maybe somebody, misused their power in some kind of way. Clarifiers, Seven of Pentacles. So basically, looking at investments here, looking at what you spend your time on, and whether this was worth it or not, or it should end. So that this Knight of Cups, so that you can make this offer. So looking at investments, perhaps not investing anymore, so that you can make this offer, because you know that this situation is not positive for you. It's not, it's not good. The energy isn't good, the treatment isn't good, something about it isn't good, because the Hierophant in the reverse is somebody who's abusing their power, kind of thing, right? Somebody in an authority position abusing their power. Okay, now as we move into our outcome, we've got the Page of Swords. So again, this is about having some new perspectives, some new ideas coming in. This is also Page of Swords. Could be a message, also could be somebody spying on somebody, but usually, this is based on the picture associated with this particular deck. This is more about somebody who's thinking about something, contemplating, paying attention to new ideas, messages coming their way, kind of thing, thinking about things, contemplating is what I get off of that. We've got the, excuse me, Nine of Pentacles. So this is about being independent, safe, secure, and manifesting, the Ten of Pentacles, right? Wanting to not only be safe and secure, but manifest the full package. Maybe perhaps the pentacles in every area of your life. And I don't mean just money, but I mean abundance. I mean happiness and all those good things, but not having the strength to do it at this time, perhaps, or not feeling like you need to be strong. Maybe you need to step into a situation where you're vulnerable to get this, is because this is the strength in reverse. So to me, when the strength card's in reverse, that means that you are open, you are vulnerable to the situation. And maybe that's what you've learned, also, in order to get this happiness, to go from the 9 to the 10, to manifest your hopes, dreams, and desires across the board. You're going to need to be vulnerable. Now let's go ahead and see what we have here for Believe in Your Magic. In your own magic oracle deck. The first one we have is Voyage. You already have all the answers. So whether this is a voyage within yourself, even maybe this is a true voyage where you're going, to travel in some kind of way, and that could be true. But what I see here is somebody's looking at a map. They're trying to figure out what their next move is, what their destination is, where they want to go. That's what I get off of this. So if you are going into a voyage, it could be just an internal voyage. It could be the Hanged Man, where you are going in internally. You are going on the spiritual voyage, if you will, looking for guidance and assistance at this time. And that's a 7, so it could very well be. Next, we have the 6. So we have nostalgia, focus on the here and now. To me, this is about perhaps like the 6 of Cups kind of thing, and perhaps being stuck in the past and how things were. And you're being encouraged to release that because you're moving into a new timeline, a new cycle, if you will. And leaving the past behind is perhaps part of that. You did have the 8 of Cups, so that makes sense as well. Now we have Flower. Be honest with yourself. So this is about being brutally honest, truthful. The King of Swords was there, right? And that's about truth. Tell me the whole truth and nothing but the truth, or I'm going to cut you with this sword, kind of thing, right? So this is about really, really looking at the situation, also looking at your part in it, their part in it, whoever's part in it, and really, really being truthful with what you want and desire as you move forward. How do you want to move forward? Do you want to, if this is you with this Hierophant in reverse, do you want to continue to be the way that you were? Or do you want to move forward and actually really get happiness? That's what I'm getting there for you, Cancer. Now, let me, hold on just a minute here. Okay, now we're going to move into the Pure Magic Oracle deck. Hold on, I'm going to get some water. Somebody's got a big problem speaking their truth right now. I don't know if that's you or somebody around you, but somebody does. Because I did not have this problem before I started doing this reading. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into your pure magic oracle messages. I don't know these messages as well, so we will read the message. The first one here is Banyan blessings, security, the hermit expansion, stability, and this is in the reverse. So maybe there's a loss of some sort that's occurring at this time or going to. Okay, um, let's go ahead and get the book so we can read these. Okay, it's number 3. Okay. So we've got the Banyan blessing again in reverse. In ancient folklore, trees were said to be the homes of sacred dryads, spirits, and even revered gods. From the tree of life to the tree of knowledge, the natural wonders are magnificent sources of magical power, and their roots, bark, wood, leaves, and sap, can be used as elements for spells and ceremonies. Hold on 1 second, I gotta do one more thing. Okay. A member of the Ficus genus, the banyan tree begins its life as a epiphyte. As it grows and produces arrowroots, they drape down hauntingly across the branches of its host plant and dig deep back into the earth, another reminder of the grounding necessary psychic energy. Banyan trees' roots are tenacious trunks that always manage to flourish, even when the ground is difficult to reach. Look carefully at its large roots, and you will notice it doesn't allow a single blade of grass to grow under it. It does not offer fruit, and therefore is not a tree that will connect with fertility, but rather a tree of stability and power. From the ground looking up, the banyan tree takes on an otherworldly view, and it is easy to see the tree as a brilliant and beautiful brain with all its branches reaching outwards like a cerebral circulation of neurons holding everything together as a network of the natural world. Banyan trees are considered to be ancient, benevolent, powerful reservoirs of blessing and protection. Get married under a banyan tree to receive marital blessings. So I'm getting a couple of messages there, but I'll talk about that in a minute. Since medieval times, trees have been revered as great agents of spiritual wisdom, and we know through science that without trees and plants, we cannot breathe the oxygen we receive. Remember that there is abundance in the world. There is a security right in your. Remember that there is abundance in the world, and there is security right under your reach. Right in your reach, I'm sorry. It is time to surrender to the path of your next growth and commit with full grace and trust. Okay, yeah. Sow your seeds of commitment to your personal development, and do not let your vices get the better of you. Let me see if there's anything else on the next page. Okay, yeah. Stay focused and secure yourself as you take the next steps ahead. The Banyan also asks you to expand into a greater network and branch your creative talents out for others, as someone may need your knowledge and craft. Be patient, be still, and be confident. There is no need to try too hard. So I got a couple of messages there when I was reading this. So one thing is that maybe again this leads me right back to the message about not feeling vulnerable at this time, okay, because you're not feeling strong, okay, and so maybe at this time you're needing to really go within, and get the strength that you need to take the steps that you need, or maybe you do need to be vulnerable at this time because you're going to need to heal. You're going to need to feel whatever it is that needs to be healed so that you can move forward successfully in your strength and power. But also, one of the greatest things about strength and power is that you don't always need to be strong. Sometimes being vulnerable is a strength. So I'm just getting that message coming in as well. Next, we have the closing circle, pure intent, sacred doors, timing, experience. That's number 35. That was number 3. Okay. The ritual of the closing circle is the last act of any spell, ritual, prayer, or ceremony. It releases and dispenses all energies used in magical practice and allows us to close our work down for the universe to then join in and connect. As human beings, our lives are run through a framework of time in stages of beginnings and endings. Excuse me. We are all given a running clock from birth and told to use it with wisdom. Under this rule, we acknowledge that some things have an expiry date to work with or into it. The act of the closing circle enables us to understand we are part of a great cycle and have power to disconnect to the right things at the right time. Not everyone will be in your life from start to finish. We walk our own path, and some people stay for seasons or reasons. Consider your values and make the appropriate choice with pure intent. Pure wisdom, have you made sure to close all the doors that hinder your power? Have you overstayed your welcome, or has someone overstayed theirs? Release any guilt or shame that you have been taught to believe and hold on to out of associated need. You need nothing in life to make you happy, for that is something that arrives when you see that all things come and go. To appreciate endings and beginnings allows for the heart to expand into the experience and hold memories closer with wisdom and gratitude. Take a breath and open the door to the new, or shut the door if need be. You are in control. So this is about you making the decision that's right for you as you move forward as to whether or not you're going to open the door or close the door. This is also about understanding that, while you may want someone to be in your life, or you may want to be in someone's life, maybe that was not the real intent of the situation. Maybe the situation was for a reason, or just a season, and not necessarily for a long-term situation. And I'm not sure if that's the case, but so far that's what I'm getting. Now let's go ahead and move on to the next card, which is number 10, which revolves to a 1, which is about new beginnings. Now let's go ahead and see what the Djinn card has for you. Okay. Creatures of the Arabic roots. The Djinn are spirits made of air and fire, whose existence has been intrinsically woven in the other pagan beliefs throughout history. Neither innately good or evil, the lines between demons and the Djinn are often blurred, embedding their enigmatic image even further. They are said to have existed before the arrival of human beings, and are blessed with a free will and understanding of good and evil. Described in ancient and magical grimoires, the Jinn are called upon in ritual and ceremony for their powers and magical services. It is believed that the Jinn are the ones who first taught sorcery to humankind. Found along liminal places, they take residency in the ranges of deserts, ruins, and wilderness. The jinn are invisible spirits but can manifest into any form of being, whether animal, insect, or human, powerful, destructive, protective, and untamed. We can learn from the spirits of the jinn by understanding how to master the heart we carry. It is the emotion and empathy we can discharge into the world that allows us to be better. Do you correct yourself when you are casting mental stones of judgment, or are you blissfully naive about the pain that comes from those thoughts? Do you choose to be better and move beyond the wall of knives, or do you stay in the crowded room of ego, cutting everyone at every turn? The Jinn teach us about the fragility of the mind and spirit, that our first judgments are but the reactions taught by society, and it's the second thought that determines how we carry ourselves in the world. Pure wisdom, when you cross a line of positivity or negativity, you are responsible for your conscious action. You cannot place blame on another for choices you make. Be mindful of your next steps and consider the effects of love or fear you are emitting. So, what I'm getting you a couple of things here is, number one, who are you judging right now? Yourself, others? um what are you projecting onto others is something else that I'm getting to, because there's you have the 9 of Swords, which is all about fear being all up in your head. And so really, really paying attention to your emotions and how you are spewing those out onto others at this time, or even to yourself. Because remember, we have the 2 of Cups, and that can also be about coming into balance within yourself. And so just really, really paying attention to what's going on with yourself, and really trying to work on healing yourself, and also understanding where that's coming from, and why that's happening. The other thing that I got there too is is if and I don't know why I'm saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway. If you are engaging in any kind of spell work on anybody, because the jinn, can take on any form. We read about that just a moment ago. So really, really, being careful about that is what I'm getting, because especially if you're not using that for, good intentions kind of thing, just be careful with that. And I'm gonna leave that there. Now we have Baraka next, which is number 21, which is a 3. You've had a 3 here. You've got 33 here, so 3s are significant to you at this time. Let's see what Baraka has for you. Again, that was in the reverse. Let's see, 21. Okay. There's a power that radiates from all beings in varying degrees of force and clarity. Different languages have different words to identify this power. The Polynesian referred to it as mana. The Yoruba, a prominent language group of West Africa, it is known as Akse. In Morocco, this power is called Baraka, and in other areas of the Islamic world, some variation of that word may be used. This force is a holistic power. It does not acknowledge the splits between spirit and matter that humans may perceive, but transcends those divisions. Baraka is defined as a positive power, a benevolent force. The power can be transmitted, is contagious, can be expanded, and can be lost. If you consistently feel drained or frustrated, if things just don't ever work for you, if life lacks a spark of joy, you very likely suffer from a deficiency of this power. You can recognize the power in another person if, having been in your presence, you emerge feeling strengthened and empowered. Mother Earth has the power also, but although a mighty source, she is not without her limits. Magic gives us the ability not just to focus and receive blessings, but to give back to the earth energetically and spiritually. Your power is unique, and by expressing the power positively, you become a valuable asset to the earth. Pure wisdom, as you learn the word of Baraka, you are signaled to remember that your source of energy is held in nature. Are you connected to nature's loving care? Sorry, not loving care, loving core. Or have you moved beyond its reaches, put down the distraction, and moved back into the wild, even for a while? For every good turn done for you, do one in return. Whenever you feel your life has been enriched, do what you can to enrich another. This is ultimately your magic, your life, your choice, and your responsibility. So this is about giving back. In with this being in the reverse, a couple of things come to mind. Number one, being in nature and giving back to Mother Gaia, perhaps by shining your light, and sharing your energy with the earth plane, as you ground yourself, and get renewed. You also will renew, outwardly in your aura and your energy field in general. So going out into nature and spending some time in nature is good for you at this time to ground you. But the other thing that I was getting to is, make sure that, if you have been blessed, that you are being a blessing to others, because giving and receiving is part of the natural law. And if you try to hold on to things that don't belong to you, or you shouldn't be holding on to any longer, that is going to reap negative rewards for you. Now, let's go ahead and keep on going. We have number 13, which is 4. So we have 3, 3, 4. Did we have a 5? No, we didn't. We had an 8. We had a 3. We had a 10 and an 8. Okay. So this is number 4, Mugwort Dreams. And this is in the challenge position. Okay. If I am an alarm clock in a dream's worst enemy, then Mugwort is a dream's best friend. Oh, excuse me. My nose is itching all of a sudden. It is a member of the Artemisia genus and was named in honor of the Greek lunar deity Artemis. Mugwort unearths what's hidden within you and drags it, kicking and screaming if necessary, to the surface. Wow. Okay. No other plant has more powerful associations with magic in general and dreams in particular than the sacred mugwort herb. Dreams allow us to receive and transmit magical communiques, although we may not remember them upon awakening, and nor do we always understand them. Sleep and the dream states are where healing and rhythmic readjustments most frequently occur. I don't know, I'm getting a lot of different messages right now. Um, the dream state refuses to be stifled and bound by the rigid literal confines we have imposed upon the rest of our existence. Dreams transcend language, although dreams also delight in word games. The threshold between the concrete and the psychic reality, dreams are where spirits most willingly reveal themselves. In the dream world, it is where you are most likely to receive communiques from the Earth Mother and the ancestors, as well as spirits, deities, and the higher self, and the shadow parts of your being. Some believe the true purpose of sleep is to provide access to the dream state. Our souls need these opportunities to visit other realms and other powers, to replenish our own forces and solve personal mysteries. The malady known as sleep deprivation may actually be dream deprivation. It has been said since ancient times that we only recall the dreams we need to remember. Messages are never always black or white or plain or simple. Like the elusive elemental force of air, sometimes messages are enigmatic riddles of pictorial charades dancing through like an operatic novella of the mind. Sometimes, too, messages need time to unfold for the mind to truly embrace the lesson within the grand design. That might also be why you need to go into your hangman. What clues are you seeing from the dictionary of your dreams? Do you remember your magical nature? You are the eye of the storm, and messages appearing before you now, urging you to see their truth. Pay attention to the surroundings of your waking life as you would within a dream. What are you resisting? Remembering your true spiritual form, a being created from divine grace, is more than the mundane world. See strangers as messengers. What do they have to teach you about yourself? As you shuffle back and forth between your sacrifices and your life's desires, the dream and waking worlds begin to bleed over. Your subconscious is presenting clues to your next step. You may be willing to put up with difficult situations that others tend to avoid, but you have the ability to see beyond the norm and find a way out through a fog. And the one thing that kept coming through is, you know, I was talking about magic earlier. So be careful that when you're going into a dream state that you are not projecting things onto people in your dream state, or that you're not doing things in your dream state that you shouldn't be, or impacting other people's dream states. The other message I'm getting here too is to have a journal by your bed so that when you wake up, whatever you remember from your dreams, you write down, because there is some importance of that for you as well. Um, the other part too is, remember, this is in the challenge position, and the first question out is, what were you resisting? So there's something that you are definitely resisting, perhaps at this time, acknowledging the truth of the situation, truth within yourself, whatever that may be. But you are encouraged to really get real with yourself in this situation. I'm not sure what's going on here, but I know the feelings that I'm getting lots of different messages, some good and some not so good. But please, do the work and do the healing for yourself so that you can move forward in the most positive way, in the most beneficial way, so that you can achieve the happiness that you long for. And then the last one here was Belladonna Visions. And this one, I don't remember if this was in the challenge position or not, so I'm going to leave it upright and I'm just going to read the card for you. Okay. Belladonna is a plant of beauty and danger, captivating in its simple magnificence and deadly in quiet form. It has been whispered and written about in literature and arts across the centuries, infamous as a witch's favorite herb and main ingredient in their secret flying ointment. Belladonna's genus name, Atropa, honors Atropos, one of the three fates in Greek mythology. Her name means the dreadful, the merciless, or the cutter, as she is the fate who cuts or determines the thread of life. And it just takes me right back to the King of Sword. sort of like tying it all together. Not surprisingly, belladonna is linked with death as it is a highly toxic plant and should never be ingested. Again, you had the death card. So something coming to an end that needs to change, right? Belladonna guides you to open your mind and expand yourself into the creative unknown. She asks us to listen and to breathe in the wisdom she now offers. You are at the edge of change, and you must trust where the wave of life will lead you. Take your uniqueness and run with it. Let the goddess lift you high into the night and kiss you with courage and conviction. Let change take its course to unfold the next chapter that builds ahead. As you wake from sleep, remind your body, heart, and soul that there is nothing you cannot do if only you would reach out and connect to the world with full force. Within your heart, you possess infinite guidance and company. You are the master of your own emotions and soul. And when you share your passions, you can be a teacher to another. Lean on your experiences and trust your intuitive ability to navigate the unknown as you have done to get where you are now. So again, you had your intuitions here. You had the moon, which is the unknown, in the challenge position here. So you had a lot of sort of like supporting messages as well before this. It is real, or is it illusion? Be cautious at this time and play your hand with a careful eye. The fruit of the situation may look inviting, but hold your emotions firm. Not everything is as it seems. You can resist the new chapter or choose to end the old patterns. Contribute to clarity and not to confusion. You know what is best for you. If need be, cut the cord and walk. So that's why you have that King of Swords there. Because if you are finding that this situation is not truly beneficial for you, not truly what you need, what you want, really of your highest good, then it is time for you to potentially consider the Eight of Cups and walking away. Also, the King of Swords, cutting the situation out, bringing a death to it, all of that. Now, let's go ahead and get into your last messages, Cancer. These are the super attractive messages. You had some in the challenge position, quite a few actually. And so we'll get through these. So the first one we have here is I am patient, knowing whatever is of highest good is coming to me. So this is about having that patience as you move forward, understanding that you are in a pivotal moment of making a choice. That's why you had the lovers there, which is also a choice card. Next we have when I am tuned into the energy of abundance, I become abundant. And this is in the challenge position. So maybe you're not feeling like you can be all that you need to be. Maybe you're feeling vulnerable again, right? Not strong. But this is about you taking back your strength, your power, deciding how you want your life to be, deciding how you want to be in life, and moving forward. We have the universe is always conspiring to support me, guide me, and lead me compassionately toward the highest good. So you have support all around you at this time. We have I am in awe of the magnificent guidance that's available to me. And again, being grateful, being thankful as you go within, as you go into this hanged man. And you get this new perspective. You get this understanding and clarity, perhaps. In stillness, I receive again meditation, grounding. As you are getting supported, rejuvenated, fulfilled, and filled, but then also given guidance. Also with that grounding, going within, using your intuition. We have manifesting is the creative process of aligning the energy of the universe to co-creative. Wait a minute, hold on. Manifesting is the creative process of aligning with the energy of the universe to co create an experience that elevates my spirit and the spirit of the world. So, this is about knowing how to manifest, because remember you did have the magician as well, which isn't usually you have all the tools you need to make the things happen. The thing that I keep getting here, and I don't know why I keep getting this, but I keep getting spell work. I keep getting not using it for the right intention. I keep getting like the magician card. The magician card can speak to spell work as well, but it's having all the tools you need to manifest whatever you want to manifest. But again, if you are doing things in not the right kind of intent, please be careful with that. That's all I can say to that. Now, the last one is when I'm patient, I let the universe do for me what I cannot do for myself. That's right, because spirit is supporting you and trying to help you at this time for you to have a deeper relationship, for you to have a brand new experience, and to have your hopes, dreams, and desires. Okay. And then we have, I feel my way into faith one step at a time. And to bring you back into faith is the other message that's coming in with that message, is because maybe you have felt betrayed. Maybe you have felt very, very hurt by life experiences and things that have happened to you. And so you've lost your faith. You've lost your trust in spirit. And so this is about renewal. This is about bringing you back home, so to speak. The last one is, I trust that my powerful intentions combined with my faith are enough to allow my vision to become to reality. And that's that manifestation energy, being that co-creator with universe, to bring in your hopes, dreams, and desires, your highest good, your authenticity, being able to be truthful with yourself about whatever, because we all have to come into balance within ourselves, the light, the dark. We all have to understand that we have not always been good people, because we've all had to grow. We've all had to move from one point to another in our journey. And that entails being honest. That entails seeing the good, the bad, the ugly. Okay. And accepting all of it, because we all have been there. We are all going to be there if we haven't. Okay. Because we haven't all walked on water all our lives. It's just not possible. We've had to go through something, learn something, and chose to do better. That's pretty much what we've all had to do, right? And so I do hope that this does help you, Cancer. Much love and light, Lady T.